Trump and Elon on X, Chipotle down, and Starbucks up dominated the news. I'm Darren, and this is 3 Things for Wednesday, August the 14th. Home Depot CEO says people aren't moving with the current mortgage rates so high, and many are waiting to finance projects when they think the rates will come down in a few months. They revised their comp sales forecast down to 3 to 4%, and that's from the 1% decline it previously reported. Starbucks gets pumped over 22% after they announced that the CEO is getting replaced by the Chipotle CEO. Chipotle sales then went down 14%, just over a CEO. Magically, all the hurdles Starbucks has had disappears after a replacement. Ford has issued a recall to have airbags replaced in 2004 to 2014 Mustangs, Rangers, and more. They have asked you to stop driving them. The total cars affected is over 765,000. It is possible that the current airbags could shoot out sharp metal fragments when deployed. Trade while you sleep it across time zones with Arbitrage Trade Assist. Sign up today at arbitragetrade.com. Arbitrage Trade is your trusted source for business, finance, and tech info.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Rome. I've played many roles on TV and film, but today I want to speak to you as myself about a cause that's very dear to my heart. The Cancer Prevention and Treatment Fund provides free help to those who have cancer and those who wish to prevent it. They've also worked tirelessly on banning cancer-causing chemicals in our homes and neighborhoods. I want to thank them as a mom for protecting our families. Please donate today at the Cancer Prevention and Treatment Fund at stopcancerfund.com.
Chilling poolside panic. Melina writes, "The day was perfect. Clear skies, warm sunlight, and the gentle sounds of breeze rustling through the pine needles of trees that gently swayed overhead. Emerson wanted to lounge by the pool, let the sun's rays wash over her, with hopes to soak in the tranquility of each moment. But something was off. Despite the idyllic setting, a sense of unease began to creep in and gnaw at the edges of her thoughts. Her mind raced, and she was unable to pinpoint the source of her discomfort. The feeling was undeniable, like a shadow lurking just out of sight. The calmness she sought started to slip away and was replaced by an inexplicable tension. Her chest tightened, and she soon found herself taking shallow breaths as she tried to push away the heightening sense of dread. The peaceful atmosphere was shattered by a sudden and sharp sensation in her stomach, as though a knot had formed and was tightening with each passing second. Her heart pounded in her chest, and the rhythm accelerated as seconds ticked by. She could feel the pulse in her temples, and each beat was a reminder that something was terribly wrong. The bright and beautiful day that seemed so inviting now felt punitive, as if the sun itself was bearing down on her. As the minutes dragged on, the feeling of impending doom became unbearable. Her thoughts spiraled and soon were permeated with anxiety and certainty that something awful was about to happen. Her hands trembled, and a cold sweat broke out on her forehead despite the warmth of the day. Her muscles coiled so tightly with tension that she felt she might literally crack like a dried acrylic sculpture. Every instinct screamed to flee from this terror, but she couldn't move. She was trapped, both by her fear and by the unfathomable force that seemed to be holding her in place. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, the knot inside of her stomach slowly loosened. Her breathing became less labored. The tension in her muscles eased, and the pounding in her chest gradually slowed. It was only then that she saw it, a wasp, drifting and buzzing away with the breeze and fading into the distance. Relief washed over her like a wave and left her drained, yet grateful that the moment had passed. What you've just heard is a glimpse into the reality of living with a legitimate phobia. It's not just a moment of fear, it's a visceral and all-consuming experience that can turn even the most peaceful moments into a traumatic ordeal. Stop watching, start living using Pips, our AI bot. Go to arbitragetrade.com and check out Arbitrage Trade Assist.
If you love them enough to drive an hour to cheer them on as they get beat 11-0 in the rain, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Throw that ball, Diane. Woo! You got this.
Pips Pick of the Day. Arbitrage algorithms have detected a possible uptrend for Unisys Corporation, that is UIS, and they are headquartered in New York, and they're an information technology solutions company that delivers successful outcomes for the most demanding businesses and governments. A green arrow up indicator appeared last Thursday, and the price started moving upwards. A green X indicator appeared yesterday morning as the price further moved up. Compass line is over the momentum line as they both are curving up towards the orbit line, which sits around $4.38. If it breaks through that, it could move up to $4.75. It also could bounce down from there. As always, set limits and stop losses, especially if you can't watch. Current prices in the lower fours, 52-week high of $8.12, 52-week low of $2.60. We are not financial advisors. We provide an algorithmic AI bot service called PIPS. Please do your own research.
Arbitrage Trade Analytics LLC is a privately held research company. Arbitrage Trade Analytics LLC is solely responsible for the preparation and distribution of the contents of this podcast. The opinions offered in this podcast are for informational purposes only and are not intended to function as investment advice. Seek a duly licensed professional for investment advice. For more information about the informational research and services offered by Arbitrage Trade Analytics LLC, please visit arbitragetrade.com.